Sarfraj, I'm not speaking anything. Actually, I'm creating EC2 instance. That's it. Okay. Let me create one. దీనికి ఆల్ ట్రాఫిక్ ఉందా లాంచ్ చేయడానికి? Sure. So let's wait for a few more minutes. Few people need to join because it's our Docker RAS session today. Yeah, okay. Today we will complete soon because we have only few topics to cover on this what we call Docker, and few concepts will be covered on your what we call your Kubernetes as well, because we are going to discuss Kubernetes. So on Kubernetes also again we are going to touch some of the concepts of Docker again. Okay. If the concept is not covered here means then it is going to cover on the Kubernetes. But by Tuesday, I hope everything will be here because we are starting Kubernetes by Tuesday. If you are not able to attend it offline class, it will be much more difficult for you to understand. Okay. Monday? No, it's working day. నిజమే నిజమే మనోడు చెప్పింది నిజమే. Sunday is holiday actually. Let me go to volumes concept. So let's recall few of the concepts on volume. I will drive you through some of the advanced concepts, like how to create a volume and attach to the container directly. Previously, we have created the volume inside the container and we have shared, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the volume outside of the container and I'm going to attach it to the container. Okay. So let me log into my putty. Holidays we will discuss later. Okay. Chat box lo message vachinda. Monday is holiday. I said it right. But again, you are asking, sir, Monday holiday. Actually, I said it right. Monday is holiday. Don't worry, Monday is holiday. Okay. From Tuesday, we are going to start the new session. That is your Kubernetes. Okay. So I hope for the people who went for their native places, I like to come to offline for the Kubernetes because it is the toughest tool for entire DevOps. Okay. So sudo yum update -y. Yesterday topic ఒకసారి చెప్పండి sir. Which topic it is, Hemant? Stack you want? Actually, stack I have covered a basic part only. You are not able to access to the internet. Okay. It is just only defining how to implement the stack. But again, I will cover it. Don't worry about it. Have you practiced obsession yesterday? Yes, sir. Okay. Nice. Docker Compose topic. I think it's I thought of having stack because stack is more difficult when compared to stack. Sorry. Okay, so let me start the session now. So I am going to install Docker now. Font size you want more? Someone asked it from there. Okay, okay. Fine now? Okay. So if I want to work on Docker, what is the major thing I require? Docker engine. No. First of all, okay. Want to work on Docker. So systemctl or service, whatever you can. Systemctl start Docker. And after that, we need to give status. If you give the status, then it means Docker engine is going to run, right? That's it, fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a volume. How many ways you are going to create volume, guys? Two, na? I have said I think we have created in 3 ways, if you remember. What are the 3 ways? First one is okay, Docker file. Through Docker file we can create volumes. Second one, -v command. Third one, direct command, right? Docker create volume name. Can create 3 ways. So the thing is like I am going to create, like first of all, let's recall the previous things. Okay, I am going to create a Docker volume by using command. Tell me the command how to create, like -v tag, through -v tag. Tell me the command. Docker run -it -name container1 -v slash vol1 volume 1 I'm giving, okay, or else give volume A. After that, image name Ubuntu, enter. So we don't have Ubuntu, right? So it is going to pull the Ubuntu image first of all, and directly we are into the container. If you give ls, you are going to see volume 1, right? Where it is V, volume A. So go to insert, like create few of the files, touch under volume A, create file 1, okay, same, create file 2, same, create file 3. I have created 3 files and give cat greater than under volume A under F1. This is my volume A in container 1. Run this content. If you want hyphen name container 2. After that, hyphen privileged. Privileged is equal to true. After that, hyphen volumes from C1, and lastly Ubuntu. Hit enter. So if you give ls, you are going to see volume A, and give cat inside volume A, give F1. I'm able to see the file, right? This is the normal way which we have followed up to now. But like on today's class, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a fresh container and I'm going to create a fresh volume separately. And I'm going to include the volume on this running container. Okay. So give this one. We don't have any files or we don't have any images. First of all, create a container, Docker run -itd. So that means I am not going to enter the terminal now. Okay. Hyphen name, container name is C3. And what is the image name? Ubuntu by default. Okay. Hit enter. So you are having your container running now. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to create a volume. What is the command to create a volume? Docker volume create. So I'm going to give volume B. If we give Docker volume ls, are you able to see the 2 volumes? One is the volume we have created on container 1, and it is shared to container 2. And the second volume is the volume which we have just now created. It is totally unused volume. Which volume it is? So now what you can do is you need to create files. So where you are going to create the files? Where is the container here? If you create the container inside, then what is the use of volume? You don't have any use of volume, right? If you create the files directly inside the container, files will be there. Then what is the point of maintaining volumes here? Yeah, inside the volume. So inside the volume means, so give the command like docker inspect volume B. You are able to see this path, right? You are able to see this path. So what we are going to do is I'm going to enter into this path. So the path is cd/var lib docker, and inside docker you are having volumes, right? So which if you go your ls, how many volumes you are having? Mainly 2. This is your shared volume from one container to another container. This is the new volume. So go to cd volume B, and after that you are finding the data, right? So go to this container, cd data. You are having nothing here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some files, touch A1, A2, A3. So I'm going to create 3 files and cat greater than Raham. I'm going to give that. Oh shit. Cat greater than Raham. Hi all. This is my file 1. Just like all, this is my Docker volume. Just whatever the content you want to insert it. So the content is done. I have went to the inside this path and I have maintained some of my files inside the volume. So the thing is now I want to attach my volume to the container. So that's the only thing I need to do now. If I able to do it directly, so that means the volume which consisting of my file trees, okay, all the 3 files will be inside my container. So how to do this? First of all, we need to write the container. So actually I have a container. Okay. If you want to create a new container, you can create. Like I am going to continue with the new container actually. So first of all, Docker run -it -hyphen name and container name is C4 and Ubuntu. So in the middle, you are going to write something -hyphen mounted from. So where you are going to mount from. Okay. There is some command you need to remember like this. Let me show it to you. Yeah, this is the command actually. So here we are going to attach. So we need to give 2 things. One is your source and second one is your. So Docker run -it -hyphen name, container name, and see here -hyphen mount. Where you are going to mount. So that means source. What is the volume name we are giving there? Volume B. Maximize and destination. Okay. So go to the putty. If you observe here, like see this one. We haven't specified the old container name. Okay. So that means we can use an existing container. So let's try this one actually. So give like this. Our container name C3. Previously we have created. So name is equal to C3. See, like syntax is going to differ. Previously we haven't given -hyphen name is equal to, but we are giving it, right? Yeah, C3 or whatever it may be. Okay. So after that, see what it is saying. -hyphen mount, source and destination. So here provide like this. -hyphen mount. And what is the source? What is the volume name actually? Vol B. And after that, destination. So see here, like you need to you need not to give the space. Actually, some people will give space here. It won't work. So don't maintain the space. And destination is equal to, so where you are going to upload this volume. So again, I'm giving volume B. Or if you want some other volume name inside your container, you can take other volume name as per your requirement. Hit enter. What is saying to me? Container 3 is already in use. So that means we are going to give the C4. Okay. C4. Hit enter. If you go here, give LL, you are able to see vol B. Are you able to see the vol B here? At the end. CD vol B. Are we able to see all files here? So give cat raham. Content is there. Now I'm going to create few more files here. Touch A4, A5, A6. So I have created few of the files here. Then if you go to your normal path, okay, check here. Here also you are able to find the same files. Are you able to see the same files? A4, A5, A6? So that's the thing. That means you can create volumes on your local host and you can upload to the container which you want to do. Okay. This is also a way to do. Previously, what we have done is we have shared the container volumes from one container to another container. But what we have done now, we directly created a container, uploaded the files, and after that we have attached it to the container as per our requirement. Clear for you? Okay. So let me go to some other topic. Yesterday, I have shown you integration of Jenkins with the Docker, right? So today I'm going to recall the same concept and I'm going to give it a small assignment. Like I will explain the assignment, just go and practice, that's enough. Okay. So first of all, I am going to take the image. So the image is Docker pull Jenkins / Jenkins :LTS. LTS means long term services support stability. If you go jenkins.io, as I said there, see this one, jenkins.io, go to download. What is showing to here? Long term support. Okay. Some people will say it as stability, some people will call it as service, okay, but it is support actually. Like you can also install the direct package. If you go for the like generic var package, here you can see the Docker. Okay. You can also install like this, but that is the best way, like we can say. The same image, right? As we are seeing. Is there any difference? Nothing. So that's the reason I have given the direct command. So first of all, it has taken the Jenkins image, right? So now I'm going to Docker run -it. Name of the container is like Jenkins. I'm giving the container name as Jenkins, and after that, I need to give. Yeah, port name we need to give. After that, what I need to do? -p. First of all, I need to give 8080 inbound and 8080. Like, see here, like inbound outbound means the first of all, like 8080 is given to the container actually, and you need to give 5. This part is for container part. Or like you can give 1, 2, 3, 4 as well here, as per your requirement. So and finally, Jenkins / Jenkins LTS. Hit enter. So it is going to run the thing for me. So what are the dependencies need for the Jenkins is directly going to manage by the image only. So that means we are going to have Java there. We need not install any Java. See, it is already there for me. Okay, I got the initial admin password. So that means I can go to the dashboard, copy the public IP address of mine, paste it over here and :8080. So it is going to ask me the password. So I do have my password right here. If you don't have here, stop this one, go to the container and give the path where Jenkins home secret initial admin password. Okay. So go to here and like wait for a couple of minutes and paste the password over here. Okay. Click on continue. Install suggested plugins. So that means you are going to get all of your logs here. If you see here, you are going to get the logs, right? So that means the Jenkins is going to install the plugins there and you can see the logs. That means what is happening there. Clear? See, all the plugins are like defaultly installing. Set your credentials. Hit enter. Save and finish. Okay. So that means like Jenkins is going to completely up and running. So you can do whatever your freestyles, pipelines, whatever you can want to run, you can run by like this. Okay. So this is just like normal part. If you want to go for like this, let me tell you. For example, if you want to do some configuration, okay, let me do how to configure these things on Jenkins. Yeah. So this is the thing how you can integrate Jenkins. Okay. So first of all, like we need to go something here, install Docker and Jenkins in a server. So we need to install Docker and Jenkins. Okay. So after that, we need to go for this path. Leave systemmd, system and docker.service. So this is your default background service, guys. Okay. It is going to be your default background service. So we need to go to this path, and what are the things you are seeing, right? It consists of some external things. We need to remove that line and we need to paste this particular line. So let me do this. So remember this path, leave systemmd, system docker.service. Okay. So give Control C or Control Z to stop this one. cd/var. After that, leave system D, and after that system. I think so. Like we haven't installed Jenkins here actually. Okay. I have set up the Docker from Jenkins, but I am going to install Jenkins separately here. So how to install Jenkins, guys? How to install Jenkins? Yeah. So first of all, you need to get the repository. After that, packages, and after that, restart. Right. So the thing is, like on real time, we are going to maintain separate Jenkins server, right? So I am going to follow the same thing. You are never going to put the Jenkins and Docker on same server. So we are going to maintain it on separate server. So the same thing I'm going to do it here now. So let me create one more instance for you. It is your jenkins.io, like Jenkins machine. So go to jenkins.io. Guys, I'm just installing the packages. This all like previously. Just I'm setting the Jenkins things as we see previously, right? Okay, so lastly, systemctl start Jenkins, and after that, status Jenkins. If you give the same IP address and port number 8080, the same thing is going to happen. But the first time we have installed through Docker container. Second time we are going to install it to EC2 instance. That's the only difference. And the rest of the things are same as per your wish. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. If you want, you can do it on couple of servers. If you want to do it on single server, you can do it on single server. So what I'm saying is, in real time, you will maintain separate servers. Okay, the real time setup is. But for the practice purpose, if you want to do it on single server, you can also do it on a single server, like on separate server. Here also okay? On PPT, I have written like this. So, status Jenkins. So Jenkins is active and up and running. So go to same path cd/var lib systemmd and system. You're like, you need to get the system actually. ls catalog. ls core dump. Why it is not creating? Docker.service cd/etc docker. Actually, here we need to get the service, but it is not showing me. abct docker. Okay. ls docker. Cat docker slash. Actually, here we need to give the port number. If we can't specify the port number, it is not going to run actually. Give me a second. Okay. Docker ps. No, it will be already set up. Yeah. Give the name Jenkins. Actually, it is a Jenkins, but why it is not coming? Docker start Jenkins. Error response from the daemon, driver programming failed external connectivity or endpoint of Jenkins. Starting proxy listening to TCP 4800 behind already in use. You can use Nginx image, or if you want to use the customized website of yours, you can use this one. So like I am going to run only these two. Like what I'm going to do is now, I am going to write a pipeline for it. Okay. Like I'm not going to use any label for it. I'm definitely going to write a simple pipeline for it. Okay. So first of all, like I'm going to run this Docker file. So let me copy this from here and go back to your path and give VIM Docker file. Hit enter. Okay. So I'm going to paste it all over here. So first of all, from, what is the meaning of from? Base image which we want to take and run apt-get update, because if you want to install any package, we need to update it right first. So I'm updating it. And after that, I'm going to run Apache 2. So that means I will install my Apache web server. That is your HTTPD. If you are in Red Hat or like CentOS Fedora, you are going to give yum install HTTPD. But if you come to Ubuntu, you need to give Apache 2 as well. Okay. So I am going to copy index.html, which is presenting on my local. Okay. I am going to copy from here to where www.html. If you don't give the index.html to this path, then Apache is not going to work for you. Okay. We need to give index.html to which path? www.html. Okay. If you miss this path, then you are not going to get your web application like up and running. Next command, like I am going to restart this Apache. Okay. So for that, I am giving is as user spin Apache CTL -d, and I'm going to run it on foreground. Okay. Like I need to start the Apache service. If I don't start Apache service, it is not going to run for me. Escape shift:\Q and create a file called vm index.html. Hit. So I'm going to give a simple tag like this h1 tag. This is my website created by Raham. So I am going to use only this basic tag. Okay. On real time, you are having this developer code here. So save this one now. So I have my Docker file and I have index.html. Okay. So I don't build here. So first of all, what I am going to do is I am going to export this to my GitHub. Okay. So I am going to git init space dot. What is showing to me? So that means git is not set up here. So give the command yum install git -y. So we need to set up that one first initially. Okay, after that, git init space dot. So here I am going to git add. One is your Docker file, another one is index.html. Next, git commit -m. After that, I am going to give some ABC commits. And after that, I am going to give it as star. I can give star, right? Or D tab and I tab. So these both files are created as well as added and committed. So I need to send this file to where, guys? GitHub. So go to your GitHub, create a new one. Okay, so I'm going to give it as like Docker. Make it is public. Like don't give anyone, like just give creating repository. Don't add any readme file or any other thing. So copy this command. This command is used for which purpose, guys? Connecting the local repo to central repo. So git remote add origin. You are going to add this repository to your local. And after that, git push origin master. Will ask username. And password means we need to generate the token, right? So go for this settings. After that, developer settings. Classic tokens, like this one is new one. If you observe like a couple of weeks, like when we discussed about this git, right? We don't see this fine grained token. This is the newly added feature. So go for the token classic. Okay, create a new token. Select the second option again, like password, like a Docker token. Select repo, admin. That's enough. Generate token. So now you are going to get your token, right? So copy this token somewhere on your chat. So I'm going to set it here now. So give shift insert, enter. Now all this file will be on your Docker repo, like master only. We have only master, right? So go to your repositories now. We have Docker, right? So now I would like to write a scripted pipeline or declarative pipeline for it. I have already my code here, okay? I will directly explain the code. So first of all, let me go to the Jenkins dashboard, new, and here I am going to create password name is like Raham. Invalid. My password ఒకటి ప్రతిసారి. If it not works, like let me remove the password. I'm going to remove this password actually. So VAM slash we need to go etc Jenkins. So we need to go actually where lib Jenkins, and here config.xml cd slash where lib cd Jenkins and give VAM config.xml. So here we need to remove this line, right? So instead of true, we need to give false. After that, systemctl restart Jenkins. So go to the dashboard and refresh it one. What happened to it? It is not saved actually. False. Check it one more time for better purpose. What happened to it? It's taking a lot of time. Change it now. I think so it will work. So actually previously we haven't installed Jenkins there. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Okay. So now I'm going to create a pipeline now. So go to your freestyle jobs. First of all, like we need to install the Docker plugin. So go to manage plugins and you need to install your Docker plugin, right? So go to available, click on Docker. You will get a plugin here. Click on install without restart. So it will take like a couple of minutes to install the Docker plugin. Yeah, it is done. So after that, we need to create a pipeline, right? So what you are going to do is new item, like give the name pipeline 1, select the pipeline and okay. So on pipeline, like I need to integrate Git with Jenkins, right? Actually, I have my code here. So I'm going to copy this one. Okay, and you can directly integrate, but I do have my code directly. So I'm using the code like without wasting any time. So this is my code actually. Let me explain like how it works. So go to the configuration part and give it here. So remove this one. This is my previous code and give my new code here. I will explain like what exactly the pipeline is going to do. See, git colon and colon. So pipeline syntax you are familiar, right? So pipeline agent means any that I can use any agent and stages. Total I'm having here 3 stages guys. How many stages I'm having? Stage number 1 is your Git. On Git, like what are the source code you have written of Docker file as well as index.html. If you build the Docker file, you can get the Docker image, right? So second stage I have written as Docker build and I'm going to run this command. The command used for is Docker build -t and the image name you want. So I have used the image 77. And what is the last stage? I would like to create a container. Okay. So give the stages container and like give this command. This command is directly used to run the container. We observe Docker run -itd. Okay, -p means port number. I am going to allocate 8077 port, and this is used for my container port actually. And the 80 port is for my HTTPD, Apache 2, right? Index.html we have written. So this is used for that port. And the image I'm going to use is the same image where I have built from the Docker file. Is it clear for everyone? -itd or dat, whatever it can be. Save now. And if you try to execute this one, see what will happen. It is definitely going to like throw you a couple of errors. Let's see what are those errors. See, step number 2 is fail, right? Go for the logs and you will find it simply. It is telling that got permission denied while trying to use a Docker daemon socket. So that means you are seeing this part, right? You need to use the executable permission for this part. Okay. The command to give the executable permission is chmod plus x and the file name, right? So go to the presentation. Here you need to do some other steps as well. Okay. First of all, while throwing the permission denied error, we need to make sure that our Jenkins is added to the Docker group and root group. If you can't add the Jenkins to the Docker group and root group, then you are not going to rectify this error. So first of all, this command is used to add to what? Usermod -a-g. Docker is your group name, right? And Jenkins is your username. So that means I'm going to add Jenkins to the Docker group. If I can't add it, then it is not going to work for me. So add this one. Like the same ways, you need to add root to the Jenkins as well. Root group to the Jenkins user. And finally, you need to give the executable permissions. Okay. So go to this part and you are saying this one, var run Docker socket executable one. If you give this one, it is going to directly execute now. Because these are some default dependencies which you need to give. If you do not give the dependency, then the permission is not going to be verified by the pipeline and it is going to throw you the error. So go to the Jenkins pipeline. Build now. So the builds 2 is going to run now. See what will happen now. So the Git like this is already done. So integration of Git is Jenkins is run. So here we are having Docker file as well as index.html. Docker file will consist of what? Everything regarding of your source code and dependencies. Every dependency and source code, like we can simply call it as dependency. Every dependency will going to be on where? Docker file. And index.html you are having source file. Step number 1 is done. And go to step number, the image 2 is going to build now. So go to Lux. Are you building the image from here? Is the image successfully built? So from the Docker file, you have built the Docker image. From Docker image, what you are going to create? Container. So the container part is successful. If we go to here, see Docker run -dat 8077 and the container is going to run by using this image. Is it clear for you? So this is the way how you can deploy to the Docker containers by using Jenkins pipeline. Clear for you now? Like if you are having any confusions, okay, like follow through this video which I just showed now. Like on the middle we have some of this dependencies missing and it got failed. Okay, I have troubleshooted it by using some of the commands. Okay, after that it started working fine. So are you having any doubts now? Don't we have any doubts? Yeah. Docker file you want me to explain? Okay, I will. First of all, give me this one Docker PSF. If you see this one, it is our recent image, right? Recent image. Like this recent container actually. Container using this image. So give Docker images. Where does this image come from? Image 77. If you build the Docker file, what will you get? Docker image. So we have get this image 77 from this type. Okay. Are you able to see the image 77? And on the last part, we have seen the container. What is the container name we have given? We haven't given any container name. We just given image name. Okay. If we go for the container as well, it is not getting any image name. It is the default name that it's using. If we want to use this container, copy the public IP address from here. Give it here and give 80. See, observe this one. What will happen now? What is showing to me? Nothing. But like we have given another thing, right? Sorry. Copy this one and give 8077. Is this the container that I have given the image? Port number. Is it getting what I am required? Now try to change something and commit something new. So I am going to my GitHub on index.html. I am going to add some new thing here. Like I am going to, previously it is showing me this is created by Raham, right? So I'm going to modify this one now. This is created by, let's say, Pranay. Pranay is going to create this website for me now. Okay. Hit it here and give like any different commits and commit the changes. So that means we have changed something now here. Is it going to implement for the container? Sure. Let me check. If we hit enter, is it changed now? Why it haven't changed? After that, again we have to build it. So I'm going to rerun it one more time for you. Build now. See what will happen now. It is going to build the Git part mainly because I have changed something, right? On the last thing, it is going to throw me some error. Can anyone troubleshoot me the error? It is a simple thing, very, very simple thing. If you observe that one, it is going to get you. New container. Yeah. So what I need here, what I need to just read this for me. Failed port is. So that means what I need to change, guys. So go to here. 8077 is already given. So go to the configure part and give the change port number as 8078. Okay. Or you can give your any port number you want. Save now and build now. So go to the fourth part now. See what will happen. So fourth one is done, right? It is successfully done. So what I am going to do is, if I click refresh here, it is going to run me, right? The content is not affecting. But if you just the port number, if you change the port number 8078, it is going to give me some other thing. Container is same. But while I am changing the port number, am I getting the new interface or not? So on single container, you are going to run multiple services. Okay. So this is how you do the things on real time. Is it fine for you? Okay. The same thing we can do it on microservice and monolithic. Monolithic means you are going to run Maven pm.xml, pom.xml. But when it comes to microservice, you are going to write Docker file. That's the only difference. Okay. Again, the process and the steps are going to be same. But here you are using Docker and there you are using Maven to build. Clear? Okay. So guys, like if you're having any doubts on today's class, you can ask me. And one more thing I'm telling, Docker is not over yet. Okay. I will cover few more topics when the Kubernetes comes into the action. Sir, can you please copy the code into chat? Like I will upload it on the Docker level, what it is called, this Google Classroom. Okay. I will upload this approach. Let me upload now. So in the meanwhile, if you are having any doubts, you can ask.